Hi, I'm Dan Douglas, Government Affairs Director for Dayton Realtors, and I'm joined today with Mike Embree, Chair of the DEI Committee. Welcome.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So why don't you tell people that don't know what DE and I stand for?
So that is an interesting thing there, because our committee changed our name actually from the Equal Opportunity and Fair Housing Committee, which that's really important to note that we changed our name, because that committee originally for years was very heavy with fair housing and partnered with them on all of their initiatives, all of their events, and so on and so forth, as all the great work that they do, advocating for all different communities. But from National Association of Realtors down to every state level, including OAR, and then multiple local boards, they all decided to change those committees' names to the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committees, because that was going to be driven more towards membership. So we keep all of our fair housing initiatives and goals that we have in place with them and partnerships, but we take it steps farther to make sure that all of our membership feels that they can be just as included as all of our communities as well. But as far as what DE&I actually stands for, diversity is certainly the easiest one. Everyone understands diversification is a good thing. If you go to an investment advisor, they're going to say, let's diversify your portfolios, because you're not wanting to put all of your eggs in one basket, right? So that's a very easy concept. We need to be diversified. But I'm going to skip over equity for just a second, because that one's pretty tricky. Inclusion, I would like everyone to consider the idea that inclusion doesn't mean exclusion. Inclusion is an interesting topic, because let's say that you're going to go to a school dance, right? You're wanting to invite as many people to that dance as possible. So you think you're including everybody. But really what inclusion is more action that is not just inviting them to the dance, but it's asking people to actually dance. And going even farther, what music do you like to dance to? Making them feel that their voices are really being considered, rather than just being allowed to occupy space.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then equity is a tricky one, because our brains naturally, instinctually will try and equate words that make sense to us if we don't understand what it means. And so a lot of people take the word equity and try and associate it with the word equal, as if we all have equal rights.
Right.
And that's just not really what equity means. Equity is understanding that there are some of us who may have maybe been born into, or just naturally have more privileges because of our situations that we cannot control. And those advantages that we might have, others are actually naturally given disadvantages sometimes. So the idea of equity is the concept of justice and fairness for those of us who might have some advantages, to give us the opportunity to turn around, extend that hand to somebody who may have a disadvantage, and try and give them the tools to pull themselves into an actual fair playing field.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, it sounds like you're like really passionate about DE&I and the committee. So what made you want to get involved in this committee specifically?
Yeah, I actually really have a serious passion for it. I did not realize I was going to have so much passion for it. I joined the committee originally when it was the Equal Opportunity and Fair Housing Committee. I am very passionate about things fair housing oriented, so I just was like, wonder what this committee does. So I thought I would just see what we can do. And that was actually the same year that the name change did get implemented. So that was a little interesting for me to go through that myself. But a lot of the things that this committee does that people don't understand are things like naturalization ceremonies. That aside from momentous occasions in my life, like getting married and so on, these events have actually been one of the most significant things I have ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
To be in a room full of people where they have taken tests, they have worked for months to years to try and become an American citizen, and this whole room full of people are becoming American citizens with all the support from all their friends and family in that room, the cheers, the tears, it is an absolutely moving event. And that's we do that throughout the entire year. Is we represent Dayton Realtors to be there to make sure that all of those new American citizens understand that we as a board and an organization are there to support them and their communities, and they have a home, and we're more than happy to help them find it. So that really invigorated a lot of passion to me to continue being involved farther.
Yeah, naturalization ceremonies are really cool. I attended them with my previous job. If you haven't gone to a naturalization ceremony, I think everyone should probably go to one at some point. They are actually like really, really fun, like exciting, very emotional events.
Absolutely.
Really cool stuff.
I think at the first time I went to one of those, I came out of that event more proud to be an American than I ever thought I probably could be. To see people work that hard and be that emotional over becoming a citizen, that's just a very moving event.
It is really cool. So you're involved in a lot of other stuff. You, most significantly, you've started a chapter of the LGBTQ Alliance for our region. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it hasn't started quite yet. We're still in the talks of it. So the LGBTQ Alliance of Real Estate is a national program that was a spinoff of another program. And they are a large education and advocacy program for realtors, but all professionals within the industry, that we can better arm ourselves with information to better serve more communities. But also the general public wants to always have options of professionals that they can seek out to feel particularly comfortable, or that they have a natural almost bond with, if you will, to feel that they can trust somebody. So this is also an outlet for the general public to search if they're moving to a new location, or if they're considering to buy a home or sell a home, that they can look for professionals that are supportive of the LGBTQ community, or may identify themselves as that.
So I guess, how can other people get involved?
Well, you can pretty much actually approach anyone on the DE&I committee. Most of us are actually members, and that chapter that we mentioned that is hopefully going to be started, it'll actually be the first chapter in Ohio. They don't have a chapter in Ohio started at all, so we certainly need more membership. So if you go to the LGBTQ Alliance of Real Estate's website, you can go ahead and sign up for that directory if you'd like to, but they also have just a general membership that may not put you in the directory, but you can just be a part of it. And then whenever we get that local chapter started, there are going to be meetings that we have. They can come to that, and of course we would vote on a lot of things and initiatives that we're going to try and get moving locally, but also at the state level as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost out of time. Any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the viewers at home?
Honestly, I would just truly encourage everyone and the membership to think about applying the same things that they do with their clients when it comes to national information to what is applied locally. So if you're going to go to your clients and say, don't listen to what's happening in Los Angeles or Miami or Dallas and their real estate markets and whatnot. Pay attention to what's going locally. Approach me as your local professional so I can help guide you on what's happening locally. Take that same concept that you do in your professional life all the time and apply that to other sources. So if you are hearing something on a national scale that maybe you do or don't agree with something that is a DE&I initiative, I would truly encourage you to come to me or anyone else on our DE&I committee and learn about what we do. How is it applying on our local situation to our board? How is our board supporting things like this? And what does that really mean for them as a membership? We want as much membership involvement to our committee as we possibly can, and it's working. We have the largest committee for that, largest committee membership so far in years, and we're very excited about it. So we're hoping to keep growing that even more. Well,
excellent. Well, it sounds really exciting. I can't wait to see what your committee does as under you as chair. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for telling us a bit about yourself. And thanks for viewing. We'll see you next time.